I am trying to concentrate. And
hello and welcome to A Gypsy's Kiss. It's Friday Fenndango.
And who are you?
I am the magical treasure princess, see the crown, and life coach, the rich and famous Shelley Carney.
And I'm one of your hosts and administrative assistants, the magical treasure princess, Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have emails to read. I don't think we have any text messages yet, but I'm sure we will later. Then we'll open up the phone lines, start at the phone. I do want you to know there will likely not be a Church of the Search on Saturday since we have company over from out of town, and those out-of-towners are in the room tonight. A Gypsy's Kiss. Oh, Christy, it was, wasn't it? Thank you. Hey, John Patriot, quickly to bring you up to speed. Everybody else in this room tonight has heard more than once somebody say they know where the treasure is and they're going to get it as soon as next week or when the snow melts or when their mother lends them the money, whatever.
We've only been hearing it for the past 10 years, though. So it never gets old.
We pretty much take that with a grain of salt, and and eventually we have to get rid of them. If you know what I mean.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Of course you want towels. You want to smell good.
What kind of sentence was that?
You want to be that smell good before they come to get you, to take you away to the jail? Is it? Hey, like this video? The Magical Treasure Princess, when you like it back. Oh, hell, I'm going to start that over again. Hey, like this video? The Magical Treasure Princess.
Housekeeping, you want towel?
Likes it when you like our video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. And Jamal the camel.
And the rooster.
No, the rooster. The rooster likes it when you like our videos. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entirety of your social network so that we can
grow the channel.
And finally, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to... We don't want to do that. We want to strike that subscribe button.
Awooga.
And then when you see the notifications bell pop up, ring the notifications bell, and that way whenever we start a live stream, you'll be immediately informed. And
in the know.
There's nothing better in life than being in the know. Especially if you're Jamal the camel.
Unless you're in the yes.
So we had a really couple... What? Unless you're what?
In the yes.
In the yes. And you are in a mood tonight, aren't you?
Somebody has to be.
3D Braun says hi with $1.99, and that's the way that you do it. If you want to reach out to us, make sure that we see your question. You can use that grayed out stylized $sign at the bottom of the chat room. That's called Super Chat. And your pal YouTube will walk you all the way through giving us a super chat. And if you want a sticker, because there's nothing cooler than stickers. So
I got those too.
What is that, Rudy the Rooster? What's Rudy's rooster's name?
The rooster is called Rooster.
Oh, is it? Oh, it doesn't have a name? Oh, okay.
It's Rooster.
So he wants, Kiwi wants to call it Rudy.
Okay.
As in R-R-O-T-I, Rudy. Rudy the Rooster. Okay, we can call him Rudy the Rooster for you.
Maybe it's a girl.
It could very well. Copper Dan, $2. He likes the video as well. Thank you, Copper Dan. We like
Which
it too.
video?
I don't know. The Rooster video. I want to play the Rooster video. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Let's see
Maybe that's it.
if John Patriot takes the bait, and we'll give him the Rooster.
Bait.
The
Eat it.
bait. Just like a
Like the Pac-Man.
like a Bugs Bunny in the room, a recent winner of one of our prizes. It always sounds funny when I say Bugs Bunny is in the room.
Oh, what's up, Doc?
What's up,
What's
Doc?
he doing? What's up, Doc?
So we do have some emails. We got some text messages. We've got some. Oh hell! I just want to go to phone calls. Phone calls.
Phone calls. We only have 3 emails. We'll be
All
to
right.
the phone calls
And
pretty
we'll
darn
open up
quick.
the phone line. We'll open up the phone line in just a little
darn
bit,
quick.
a little while. You'll call us at 202-815-1171. If you'd like, you can call that number right now and leave a voicemail. I noticed that our
Is
good
it
friend,
off? Because,
It is-
Davio
it is.
tried that once. And
Yeah, he snuck in, didn't
got
he?
right through.
snuck in that one time. But Davio has left us a voicemail already, so he knows how to use the system. And if you want us to, you can send us a text message if you want us to take note if you're not getting enough attention in the chat room because it's just screaming by in front of us. Just to send us a text message, and that way we'll know what your question is. Also, if you'd like us to call you later in the show and you can't get through to our busy lines, send a text message. It just says, call me.
Call me.
Toby
I'm
Wan.
alive.
Call me,
you
Toby
can
Wan.
Call me anytime.
And then
Call
if
me.
you want to make sure that we see in the chat room, precede your question. You don't have to precede your comments, just your question.
Rudy
with an
could
@
be the
sign.
name of a guy or a girl. But I just thought about it. Roosters are only boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
So now you're a biologist?
No.
Okay. Biologist. Where was I before I was interrupted by
preschool
Rudy?
teachers know that
all kinds of
roosters are
stuff. Yeah.
boys and hens are girls.
So aside from roosters being boys and hens being girls, if you want to catch our attention in the chat room, precede your question with an @ sign A space gypsies with the apostrophe
Like
space
Kiwis Road did.
kiss, and that'll catch our attention, and we'll see your question. Or you can do as Colorado has done.
Everyone behave.
Colorado says
Is she
that
coming
Sarah's
with you
mom,
to our
party tomorrow? Yeah, that'll be fun. Toby Wan Kenobi.
We're doing a party tomorrow, and it's Kevin's birthday, so we're gonna have cake.
Yeah, see, MJ injured's not going to let you get away with that. We're going to have a party tomorrow.
Yep.
So let's go with email. Here's your email video because you're going
All
to
right.
ask me to play it. Because sharing is caring.
Numero uno, emailo.
Hit it.
App updated from Mike of Crave Creative.
Oh, okay. Screenshot. Go ahead.
Toby and Shelley, please let your viewers know that I have updated the Forrest Fenn Treasure Resource Guide app. The new feature I added is a compass. And you can find it at the link that we have in the description box below the video, cravecreative.com/fenntreasure.php. And that you can get that on the App Store as well.
Google Play,
Google Play,
Apple
Apps.
App Store, and Amazon. You can buy it at Amazon, then download it to your smartphone.
So do all those things and don't delete it when you update it, because then you
Shadowcaster-
lose all your info like Toby did.
Oh yeah, that was a bad. I had a bad night last night. Shadowcaster, that's Kevin's favorite cake as well, and that's the one I ordered for tomorrow.
Nice.
So Mike Hempfling is our favorite smartphone app developer, and he's the developer of this product, Fenn Treasure Resource Guide. I've got it installed on my phone. I strongly recommend you get it installed on your phone because once you get to the menu, you can see your options. It includes the poem, some of the clues, and what he refers to as the clues are the things that are we're already aware of from different sources. Word definitions, which is a really cool tool, resources, and we're happy to see that we're included. A GPS locator, and a compass. Now he's added to it. So included, as I said, is a Fenn Treasure poem. So if you ever need to refresh yourself by continuing to memorize a poem, es importante. And then it has poem word definitions. And when you tap any one of the lines, it breaks it down into the definitions for each one of the words in that line.
Halt,
And you
halt,
just scroll that down. Those are all the options for halt, halt, halt.
Begin it
halt.
where warm waters. Halt, halt, halt.
I wonder if he knows that's there. Is that on the other one too?
I don't know. Halt,
Warm
halt,
waters,
halt.
halt.
No.
No, it's not.
Halt, halt, halt.
We'll have to let him know of that little glitch in there. So you can break down the poem word definitions by line. Here's a list of external links, and I think there are a total of 20. We're number 4, Gypsy Kiss YouTube channel, and if you tap that,
Oh.
it what?
The mom is in Connecticut. She's
Oh,
just
but
watching.
she's just watching. What's her name? Say hi.
Hi,
we do it?
Calabrado and Sarah's mom. Or Sarah's mom,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Sarah's
External
mom,
resource
hi.
links include a Gypsy's Kiss, as well as Cynthia's blog, Terry Scant, etc., etc. And all you have to do is touch them to go to that.
They're all
to go to
excited
that
about cake
website. The other thing that you can do is wherever you're standing, you can press the GPS location. It'll record that location and elevation for you in latitude and longitude. And then, if you want, you can go and view it on a map. I didn't do that because I figured you guys could figure it out for yourself. The news feature to add is a compass. I tried it out this afternoon. It works very nicely. It's pretty cool for a digital electronic compass. Of course, it uses the GPS system for that as well. So we strongly recommend the application. We've tried it out. We've used it. We also use its partner application called Pocket
Is
Field
it
Notes.
called Pocket Guide? No, it's
No,
called,
it is called
Field Notes.
No,
Field-
this one is called Forrest Fenn
Forrest Fenn
Treasure
Treasure
Resource Guide. It's
Ha.
$1.99 in the App Store, and it's a good investment. Also, Mike is the developer of the application Pocket Field Notes that he developed on our behalf, and you can find that in the App Store, and I like that one a lot. As a matter of fact, I will probably use that more out in the field. I've already used it out in the field, and I'm going to do it again this weekend because what is cool. And
But this one's good for new people who don't
Yeah.
know the poem yet.
right. I'm going to be using Pocket Field Notes this weekend. I'm going to make a tutorial on it for him on Sunday, so I'll share that with you guys when we get to that point. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hit it.
Next, we have bad news. You tell me. This you can broadcast from Mark Anthony. He says, and we heard about this Wednesday night, I had my angiogram this afternoon. The coronary arteries were beautiful, no blockages. I tried to get my cardiologist to put in some stents just for the hell of it. He was already in there,
Hang on.
so why not?
Time out. K-Pro, you are included. You're just below the fold. You have to scroll up to see more. Thor is there. Go ahead.
Okay. And continue.
That's from
App
Stormworm for $2. He says
looks
app
like
looks
a
like a
nice
nice way
way
to
to
snag search locations. It is indeed.
For yourself.
For yourself. It
If
doesn't
you're
go to a
thinking
database.
somebody else is seeing it, they're not. It's not connected to anything but you and your phone. And
Bill
Bill
Cross.
Cross got us a sticker.
A sticker. It's a coffee sticker.
A guy with
rooster.
coffee.
It's a rooster with a coffee sticker.
I like it. All right. And so it's back to square one. I need a heart transplant. On a positive note, I now have O2 canisters and an O2 concentrator. On a different subject, my brother is now the CEO of an organization called the Eden Project. The philosophy is to create this holistic, multidisciplinary support network in each community to facilitate reintegration for warriors and their families. There are no programs currently addressing the fundamental issues of reintegration or career retention. Our focus is on these two areas. It is only through charitable donations such as yours that we are able to provide our programs to veterans and their families. While other organizations provide veterans with an escape from reality, the Eden Project provides veterans with the tools to deal with reality. If you can, go to the site and donate your time or money. If you find the treasure, think about a donation. The Eden Project is a nonprofit organization for our veterans and is tax deductible. Do it for Forrest and any veteran you know. Thank you and love to all, Mark Anthony.
So I put the link in the chat room. It would be nice if you have a veteran that you know. I've already made my donation. But if you have a veteran that you know, please make a donation or consider donating your time. They do use veterans like me to support the newer veterans that are coming back from overseas, and it's much more difficult for them. So it wasn't easy for us, but it's much more difficult for them because they do multiple tours. Their tours are longer, and it's a much more stressful, psychologically stressful environment. So anything you can do to help them, I'm sure, would be appreciated by the Eden Project. That's Mark Anthony's brother founded it.
Very good.
Good people.
And that's the website. So eden-project.com.
And
if
I've
you
posted
want
that
to,
in the chat room if you guys want to make a donation.
check that out for yourself. And it's a nonprofit, so very good.
So you can
it's
take a
accredited
text-to-text.
nonprofit, certified 501c3,
C3.
and they have the seal of transparency and a yellow ribbon network, all on their site. So then we have this email, says June and Donnie from Occam's Blade. How long were June and Donnie married for? Did they have kids? Does anybody know? Because I don't.
How long were June and Donnie married for? Dangling participle. Did they have kids? I don't know the answer to that question. And the reason I don't know the answer to that question is because I never thought it would have anything to do with the search, but I could be wrong. So if anybody knows how long June and Donnie were married, and if whether or not they had kids, would you please post that for Occam's Blade? Thank you.
Gracias de nada, and moving on to text.
Is that it? No more emails?
Do we have any texts?
Sloan, I don't think so. I don't think we do. But let me check.
Check
Oh,
it.
we do have a text.
Check it.
Oh, wait. I have to do the text time.
Okay.
Want to do that? I was distracted for just a moment there by Maxine Bennett, who is from Connecticut and who started to say, I'm willing to bet that she's Sarah's mom. Is that correct?
I bet
I
so.
bet so. All
I'm
right.
guessing.
Hi, Maxine, from Shelley and Toby. We're going to see your daughter and her husband tomorrow at our house. We're having a little party for them.
Mañana. Hasta mañana.
Hi, Chihuahua. Let's see. I think
I
we only have one text message. It says, hi, Toby and Shelley. Did Forrest ever say he had previously been to the treasure location before actually hiding it, or that he always knew where he would hide it? Thanks, Frank. Both, Frank. He had been there, and he knew he would hide a treasure there.
I mean, how would you know you want to hide
Yeah.
something somewhere you've never been before?
Now, he has not been back since he hid the treasure, according to him.
That's what he said.
So, and we take him at his word.
Yeah.
All right, we don't
Especially
have.
when he says things in public and it's recorded,
Yeah.
and or he writes it in
Yeah.
Dale's blog. Then,
Yeah.
then we know for sure that
You know what? Are you using this or using that?
either one.
I'm going to move it over to this side because that cable is right in front of it, and I find it annoying.
Do whatever you
I'm going
need
to
to
swap
do.
this over here, move that up there.
Goodness.
Scroll down.
Oh, so
What?
we got rid of Restreams, so we're no longer on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
Or are we?
we're not on anything.
We're not
No,
on anything
Anything
anymore?
but YouTube. I took it all away.
Took it all away.
Yeah.
Just in case you were wondering, where did they go? Toby deleted it.
It's not helping us grow our channel, so.
Okay.
Because we want to.
Grow the channel.
Thank you.
With all of our friends.
Let's see.
Friends.
It was fun playing. Davia was playing us the other night.
Playing.
Yeah, apparently.
We got friends.
Well, we're going to play you, Davio.
Friends.
Here we go. We got a voicemail from Davio.
Oh, boy. We're listening.
Hello, my gypsies. Say, Toby, just wanted to tell you, sir, that I so understand you so much more now after you explained how you see 9 clues, 9 steps, no fooling around. No wonder I seem so bloody complicated. So I fully appreciate your how you got to where you are in your understanding of the clues and all that. I think it's great. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I dig it, man. So just want to make sure that that we understand each other's perspective. Mine's very complicated. Yours is really simple and spot on from what Forrest said, and I think that's great. I'm digging it. So much love to you, sir. I love our. It's kind of like the hippie and the soldier. We both agree, in the middle for peace. Different perspectives on how to get there. So I really, I love you. Thank you, Shelley, my princess. Namaste, and much love to everyone. Thank you. Joe, happy Friday. The sun's out. We're slowly melting. The chanting is working. Keep it up, ladies and gentlemen.
We're slowly melting.
Away he went.
And away he went. Thank you, Davio. Thank you for those kind words. And yes, I fully believe that. So I believe that everybody is entitled to their own theory about how to find this treasure. Everybody's entitled to their own theory. No one of us have the right to criticize anyone else's theories. We do, as a favor to them, can ask questions that might help them, but even the questions don't have necessity. I have yet, honestly, for as long as I've been doing this, I don't think I've ever changed anybody's mind about their theory. So, let's see. Godelcon says, Shelley, you need to get a puppet for the show. Ooh.
The treasure kitty.
Treasure. We had a puppet for a while. It was the treasure kitty.
Yeah. Okay.
The treasure. Yeah, the treasure kitty.
Next.
That's it. We're done with phone calls. We can go to.
You're done with phone calls.
I mean, with voicemails.
Oh, okay.
You want to say hello to the chat room, and then we can go in with open phone lines? Wow, are we going to be early tonight? We might get out of here.
Cool. Coolly on Mundo. It was a little foreign language.
What is in that glass over there? What is that?
Club soda.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just so. I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way, my guy?
I like that part. Club soda or quitter? Yes, she is. No. Let's see. My daily agenda says
I'm saving up all my calories for tomorrow at the party. What?
That's wise. Daily agenda says instead of a puppet, go with a ventriloquist doll.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Why?
Because you can't move your mouth when you're doing it.
Have you ever seen it? I mean, there's that guy, and his whole shtick is that he's moving his mouth, and the dummy makes fun of him. Yeah, we'll try and make me talk without moving your mouth kind of thing. Have you ever seen those guys?
No.
They're funnier than heck.
Oh, well.
They're on YouTube.
Okay.
Shadowcaster says, the Gypsy's Kiss came across an old fly fishing guide today in the back corner of an antique bookstore in Bozeman that describes heavy loads and waters high perfectly like I'd never seen before.
Interesting. And what did it say?
Where have I heard that like I've never seen? Oh, never mind. I know where I've heard it before. Let's see. Is Tony in the room?
Tony who?
Tony de la Inman. Yeah, there he is. You are more than welcome, Tony says. Okay.
Okay, so hello to our friends in the chat room, including K-Pro, Calabrado, Shadowcaster, MJ Inzer, John Patriot, Copper Dan, Stacy Harwood, Higgs Singlet, Bobbert, Davio,
house physicist,
Swami, Kiwis Road, JK Pioneer, CT 2020, raising their hand, Oscar Rodriguez, Copper Dan, Moni 618, Sun Ray, John Miller.
Godelcon says, I was overdrawn on my last super chat. The $2 super chat cost him $28 worth of overdraft.
What?
No, I'm just making that up.
Stacy Harwood, William, INFJ, 3D Bronze, 3dbronze.com. William, Jim Venice,
INRI. I'm always thinking of
Ronnie Lee,
the
Bugs Bunny, GoodellCon, Boxhound.
Heg Singlet says, thank you, Toby and Shelley, for all the positive things you bring to the chase.
Yay.
Thank you, Higgs.
Glenna Friedman,
Thank you for all the positive things that you... Thank you for all the positrons you've brought to physics.
Sheets Trove, Colorado, Mike Thomas, Kenneth Hunnell, hello. Cake, Journeyman. We have also Texas Sad.
Yeah, we still haven't figured that. It's like Texas.
Bill Cross, also from Texas.
Raise your hand if you like German chocolate cake. I just want to see. I didn't know it was that popular. Raise your hand in the room. I didn't realize it was that popular.
Delicioso.
Okay, all right.
It's got the coconut and the pecans and the chocolate cake. Good stuff.
That sound effect sounded really funny in there.
Yeah. Boxhound, Maxine Bennett. Hello from Connecticut. It's Sarah's mom, Gypsy's Kiss.
Hi, Sarah's mom, Gypsy's Kiss. When are you coming out to New Mexico to visit Sarah? I mean, Colorado to visit Sarah, and then New Mexico to visit us.
Dermworm, 500 pieces. Lori Barnes. I just bought it. So cool. I'm not sure what she bought.
She just bought the app.
Oh, Twiggy T.
Lori Barnes from our member vault. Debbie Teal, good evening, and thank you for sending that sand sample. I haven't received it yet, but I know it's on the way.
Heavy Loads. Debbie Teal, as you said. Hey, a Gypsy's Kiss is here.
What?
A Gypsy's Kiss is here. See?
Oh.
Meldrum. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. Captain
that?
Marvel. Some people are being paranoid about the app, and they think that somebody's
Oh,
going to steal their
nobody's going to steal your stuff.
information.
Wait till you see the other app. Wait till you see, download, do
At
yourself
least he's
a
an
favor.
American, you know,
And download, he's not a Russian, for God's
or a
sake.
China person.
Ms., not Mrs. Oh, I am Ms. Kaulazars right now, this very instant.
CJ. Occam's Razor. Did I just hear that? Yes, you did. That's one of our fans. Jorg
William says, the
Mormon.
Gypsy's Kiss, always check quickly star4org
York.
to check and see what there are percentages that actually goes to the vets.
Jorg Morning.
I have a sense when it comes to vets, I make the donation, worry about it later, William.
Tasty Pizza King. Haven't seen you in a while, Ryan. Puppet Time. 7.
Shadowcaster says, mud season has officially arrived in Montana.
Do people run into
the
each other
mouth.
trying to find the treasure once in a while? Not very
It's
often.
rare. I mean, we've been out like...
It's the
30
entire Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
People do recognize us sometimes, though. Rave Rider.
Now, we do know there are people who have searched in areas that we've searched in, but we've never bumped into them. We know, Michael Hool searches in one of the areas that we searched in, but we've never bumped into him.
Yep. Sarah rocks.
Sarah does rock.
Doop de doop doop de doop.
Twiggy T, did you say Twiggy T?
Twiggy T. I
Jack
did.
and Coke?
Jack and Coke. Tony Henman's here. Call me if you want, he said. Pirate 45. My earlier text question about Forrest related to general location as opposed to the actual hiding spot. Sorry.
Oh. That was the question about...
Was he there, and then did he
Did it go? But I think the same applies.
choose it?
Yeah.
Stacy
So at some point,
Harwood.
wherever the special place is, he stumbled over it and decided that was his special place.
Stacy R. Wood. Yes, that's my favorite cake. 5 more days till my birthday. Ha ha.
yeah.
Kevin's is on the 2nd, which is
What
the
is-
same day as Dr. Seuss.
Oh, it is? What is that sign? What is Kevin's sign?
He's Pisces. Fishy.
Pisces.
It's a fish.
Let the roosters out.
Let
We're
the
reading.
roosters
Everybody's quiet.
loose.
The roosters are being quiet tonight for some reason.
Paul Wood, heavy loads. And
That it?
I think so. Yep.
You know, I want to check and make sure that Christie's Thor is on there. That I didn't make that up. I'm kind of sure I saw it, but I don't want her to.
Well, check
Well.
it out.
Do you have the app installed on your phone?
No.
Okay, just check.
Why don't
Okay,
you have
Debbie
your
Teal, heavy
phone?
loads.
Where's your phone?
Hey Siri, where are you?
In the other room.
Here I am.
Oh, that's it.
I'm like, she's in my ears.
She's in my ears. Bam.
Craig O'Hare, yay, passed again. Okay, INFJ has answered the question. June and Donnie, 8/24/51, marriage date through 8/18/1980, divorce.
So that would have been 29 years.
Doesn't say if they had kids or not. So somebody else will have to answer that one, I guess. We got Texas T, Mark Lewis, Mr. T, Ronnie Lee, Charles Chapman.
Are they? Oh, they're in the room.
Yes, they added on after I
Oh,
finished.
nice. So I do have another text message from someone. Let's see what we've got here.
Oh, and I like this one. Where did it go? Cry havoc and let's slip,
Slip
the
the dogs
roosters
of
of the
war.
chase.
Oh.
Apologies to Shakespeare.
Oh.
Charles
Cry
Chapman.
havoc and let slip the dogs of war. Ken from
Hello.
Port Charlotte, Florida.
Hola.
Hi, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? Where are you calling from? It is in Port Charlotte, Florida. And what's your question about the chase?
Hey there, partner. Long time no talk.
Well, you'll have to tell me. I don't know your name, so it would be hard.
That's all right. You could just call me the Cricket Man. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. There were crickets in the background. Everybody
That's
liked
right,
your
Big
voice.
Rex.
Do that voice
Big
again.
Rex from Little
Everybody-
Gumbo, Texas.
Yeah.
There's no specialty to
Yeah.
that. But I've got a question for you. I was lingering around today in my mind, and I said, going back to the Forrest Fenn video, the interview. Well, not the interview. The video over at the bookstore.
Which one?
Borders. I think it was Borders, if I'm not mistaken.
No borders.
No Borders.
Your choices
The one-
include Collected Works and Moby Dickens.
I believe it was the Moby Dickens bookstore.
Yeah.
Or it could be wrong. Maybe the
bookshop.
Collected. I believe it was his first one when you were there and you took the video. I was just curious. If you weren't there, was Forrest planning on having that session recorded, or was he just there at free will just to spread the news to the locals and just kind of was going to let it happen as it happened?
The latter. Forrest didn't at that time didn't think in terms of social media marketing. So he would have gone up, he would have done a presentation, he would have answered some questions, and then he would have driven home with Dorothy and Shiloh. That would have been the end of it. And
That was-
and as a matter of fact, he didn't ask me to do that. I happened to be in that area on recon, and I heard about the event from my son, who texted me to let me know. And was that was the weekend that my mother passed away? Was that the one?
No.
No, it was later, right?
Yeah. That was 2013. She didn't
So,
ask me
and I
till
always
later.
carry my camera. I always carry my recording equipment with me. And so I decided to go to the bookstore. I talked to Jay and Carolyn, who were the owners of the bookstore at the time, asked their permission to make the video. Forrest was surprised by my being there. He hadn't gotten to know me. The only time he had seen me prior to that was the video recording at Collected Works a week earlier. I didn't talk. I don't intrude into his conversations with the folks. So I packed up and left. But when I heard about this one, had my equipment with me, made the recording, and had permission from the bookstore owners to do so. And since it was their property, they could give me that permission, and made the recording, and that's the end of that. But if I hadn't been there, there would not have been a recording made. There were a couple of people that made recordings at low quality recordings at Collected Works the previous week. But if you look at the number of times that Forrest has spoken since that time, two others at Collected Works, the screening of The Lure, there's been several times at which, if we hadn't been there to record them, and what was interesting about The Lure is he wasn't planning to speak. That was purely accidental. Diana Taylor, who was the mistress of ceremonies that night, called him up on stage, and he was surprised by it. So that was another time that we just happened to be there. I did have a DSLR with video capability and popped over, literally no tripod, leaned against the wall under a speaker and made the recording. I think Gene was there. I think Gadelcon was there. And he also made a recording. I know he asked a question. I don't know if he made a recording, I guess. But there have been several instances in which he's been at public events at which, other than casual recordings, there are casual recordings of the events that he's been at, but nothing with, kind of the commitment that we had to making sure we were there and getting a good recording from him.
Yeah, I took a few minutes, went back, I kind of bounced around and checked a few points in the video. I watched it quite a few times over the few years, but it seemed like he was a little extra primed for that particular day. Just by watching his body language, the words he chose, it's as if he ran through that in his head at least a couple hundred times.
Yeah, if he did, it would have been his own accord. And you have to remember, this was early. This was only 3 years after he had hidden the treasure, so he still wasn't on defense. Mm-hmm. Right, he wasn't as defensive then. You can tell. That's why we consider it one of the more what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable Forrest Fenn videos, because he was wide open. He was in Taos, where he didn't know anyone necessarily, although there was a woman, Katya Luce was there, and he knew that she was in the search. But most of the people, when I was in the room when he asked how many people know about my treasure hunt, and I would say less than half raised their hands. So he felt like he was in safe territory.
I get you. Well, another thing with me in particular, what kind of struck home today, I was reminiscing back and forth and rummaging around, and going back to the word and the poem, to me, alone kind of stood out over the rest, just in my opinion for a moment here. But what resonated to me is that how he was alone in there, and relating it to military background, being away from home, and how people have given their lives in order to save the nation from the enemy, of course. And the concept of hard work, love, distances, it just seems to be something that combines and comes collectively together. In the end, saying, brother and sister, I will hear you, I will be there for you in the end. So when you get to the part where it talks of being in the, or your effort being worth the colds, being in the wood, I give you a title to the golds, kind of resonated back on a story that I believe, what was it? Crimson, Where's the Gold? Or Crimson, Where's the Color of Gold? Something along those lines.
The one with the palm. Yeah.
It seems a little more symbolical in that sense, but of course you got to transition everything into the physical sense of itself. But definitely a lot of mysticism. But I don't know. for some reason that just stood out today, and I said,
You can expect, I believe, that because of who he is, there'll be a little bit of shamanism in the poem, what you called mysticism, because I think he believes in its potential, or it's the possibility that exists. But I think I can express the opinion that people get into the military services for a variety of reasons that range from patriotism to if I don't, they're going to put me in jail. There's all the reasons
there's a lot of
you get
runners
in.
for sure.
The people that stay in for one reason, and that's to serve their brothers and sisters in the service.
That's right.
And you can tell that was kind of his attitude. I mean, that falls in front of the Constitution, the democracy, the people of the nation, et cetera, et cetera. You're there for your brothers and sisters.
That's right. So, which brings me full circle around. Do you think Fenn potentially made this or designed this for a particular individual, whether male or female, to have that deeper connection? Not necessarily just military, but that very. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hypothesize that Fenn, if not already, will feel, as he refers to it, umbilically connected to the finder. And I think he has in his own head and heart a vision of what that finder should be. And I believe the only regret that he may have is that he won't be living when the treasure is found, because I think he thrives on the idea of that umbilical connection to the finder.
Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of the rumor, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's speculated that Beethoven fell for a woman, and he made the composition for her to learn the song, which was actually, I think, what was it, the Ninth Symphony?
The Ninth Symphony.
Beethoven?
That's right.
All right.
Ode to Joy.
Something in that context. It started out simple, but then things changed. So then he decided to really make it more complex at the end of the day. I don't know. It just jumped out. I'm like, there's a weird connection there.
There's a comedian. I don't know if he's on stage any longer, but he used to take the underlying melody behind the Ninth Symphony, and he showed that how many musicians and bands and orchestras have taken that underlying melody that Beethoven composed and turned it into their respective musics, up to and including, the Beatles and other bands that have been popular over time. And one has to question if Mozart were aware that he has, quote, umbilically connected, unquote, music through time with that timeless melody. And who knew if he was just trying to impress a woman. And having been there, I know what that feels like. But who could he have possibly known that it would have the life that it has, sometimes without the people who are making that near-term recording, not even knowing how they are connected to Mozart.
Well, I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's make it more interesting for the callers. So
All right.
let's do full circle. Let's go back to that video.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that little Freudian slip that Fenn did, where he says after he's reading his poem, and he says, what did he say? For all my trolls, my trove, for to seek.
Yeah.
And then immediately after, what's comical is that he starts to talk about Senator Al Simpson. Now, in folklore, I'm sure you're an individual who does some deep poking around, and you probably already searched this out because, no, you didn't?
Searched that itself, you mean? That thing with Senator Al Simpson?
Well, it gets a little more interesting, but I don't want to drag everybody into a deep rabbit hole. But in a nutshell, quickly, trolls, it goes into folklore. I already know, you already know.
Yeah.
But going into the 9 worlds of the folklore, you have the Nephilim, which is the world of fog and mist, right? Then you have, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but I'll do my best. I mean, I can articulately express myself, but this is a little off. Muspelum, the land of the fire.
Muspelum.
Then you have Asgard, which is home of the gods.
Right.
Then you have Midgard, which is home of the humans. It's not something that I'm really into, but the moral of it is the fact that Fenn spoke of the painting where you had the fairies dancing, et cetera, et cetera. But then he goes to Alice in Wonderland. He speaks of Alice in Wonderland. Then he talks about Senator Al Simpson. What the weird little connection that I made with this is how comical he talks about Thor, how he prayed things because he was holding his hand, but it was his dad he meant to say in the book. Al Simpson is 6'7". Now, I'll leave you with that little hint. Now, 6'7", that's classified as a giant for some people, right?
Yeah.
But if you go back to the folklore and you tie it into trolls and frogs and, you know, the fairy realms of whatever this mystical, ideological belief system is, there's actually this place called Journium, which is home of the giants. And going back to Alice in Wonderland and doing these circle talks about this mystical realm, it's just very comical. And I just wanted your take on that. I'm not going to go too deep into the aspect, but I thought you did some poking around.
Yeah, I haven't done. I certainly haven't done that depth of poking around. I poked around in it, and to me, it sounded like a rabbit hole, so I let it go. I didn't go any further than just the first. Not even I connected to the stories of Asgard and the 9 realms, and I couldn't make anything work after that, so I let it go. It sounds like you've gone even deeper than I did.
Literally like 5 to 7 minutes of finger walking on the keyboard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say too deep, but I analyze quickly and compose it and put it together as quick,
Yeah.
So
I've got a partner here who asks me when I get one of those ideas like that, the first question she asks is, how is that going to get me closer to the treasure?
Well, like Fenn said, what his dad taught him, what was it? The greater part of knowledge is knowing those things not worth knowing. So
I actually spent a whole night on that line with our member vault.
And what'd you conclude to?
Well, it was the question I asked was, I have to remember, it's actually in our promo. What I wanted to know was the answer to the question, what question is he asking? What's the question he's asking?
Is it really more so the focal point on the question, or is it more?
Yeah,
so
it was
the
absolutely on the question.
Trying to get the mind churning.
No, it's because you can read that question in 2 very distinct ways, and so the question I have is, what was his father asking? Which of those 2 questions? Because in the one question, it can be taken one of 2 ways. What I want to know is, which of the 2 questions was his father asking him?
Maybe he was asking both simultaneously.
Oh no! Yeah. So let's say one if that question was asked by, if the same question was asked by his father, and the same question was asked by Stephen Hawking, it turns out to be 2 different questions. And I'm a fan of the Stephen Hawking question. So you should join the member vault. We'd have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's just a little busy. I was just reminiscing through some notes here, just seeing if I can throw something out there to the audience without giving too much away. But there's a lot of different little rabbit holes.
Yeah, that's hard to do without giving too much away.
So, all
right, sir. Well, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. You have a good evening.
You too.
Bye-bye. You know what I wish? I wish my memory was as good as it was 20 years ago. That's what I wish.
Well, there's ways
Mark
to
Anthony said,
strengthen
hey,
your
Toby,
memory.
it's M.A. Thanks for your service, your donation, and putting the Eden Project out there in the chat room. However, my brother did not start this project. Okay, we want to clarify that. Thank you, Mark. He was hired in as CO. Hold on. I'm going to have to save that. Brigham City, Utah. It's Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what's your question?
It's Kiwi's Road.
Oh, hey, Kiwi.
And I guess my question for you would be, what's the average way people are marrying the clues to a map for themselves?
So I am hesitant to answer that question
How do you do yours?
since you preceded it with average, right? I think that's the challenge. I don't think there in my so I've seen and heard hundreds of theories of what people call
Right.
solves. And for a variety of reasons. People trust us in the member vault. People trust us by calling us. People send us their emails. I've seen hundreds. And the reason I wouldn't use the word average, because in the 100, let's say I had 100. Average would be a plurality of those numbers. Let's say 1/3 of them would be the same. That would be the average, right? But it would be the plurality.
All right.
But
so
here's
let me simplify this.
let me finish this.
Hold on.
Let me finish this so I can give you my sense. I have yet to see two theories that were the same.
Right.
So there is no average.
Right. All right. I guess let me simplify it to a better question.
Okay.
Is it more so that people are just using the lines of the poem and sticking it on a map wherever it lines up best for their nomenclatures, I guess, for like Homer Brown?
No.
So that people
No.
just looking
As
at
a matter of
Brown,
fact, I would say that a significant majority, I would say that 90% of the theories that I've seen or heard do not do that.
So what do you think people are using to put places on a map? Like, if they're not using, like, put it or begin it where warm waters halt, where are they getting warm waters, you know? Especially if they're using just the poem.
So again, based on my experience, there may be others that I haven't heard, but based on my experience, that idea that you take warm waters halt and put an X on a map where your warm waters halt, that's rare.
Right.
In my
What do you mean that's
experience.
rare?
I mean, it's rare.
If they're just using that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rare. I mean, I've seen solutions that incorporate everything from astrology to surveying to
Years.
numbers pulled out of the book that turn into
Anagrams.
degrees and distances, anagrams.
Cross sticks.
Metaphysical.
Yeah. So I think that average idea that you marry the clues to the poem, I try to do that, but I have yet to see a theory that does that.
So in a way, so when I look at this whole thing, I'm looking at a balance between the logical and the illogical, the possible and the impossible.
Right.
There's got to be a balance, right? And if you look on page 15 of his book, he talks about, you know, that 13th hour, that other side, once he's already lived his lifeline. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The death aspect of it all. And to me, I think if he's using the death aspect several times, I would say, inside the book, and yet when he referenced, I would think that himself, he uses those reverence and those memories that he always shares, so that you know, on that metaphysical side, that he's in that place in time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just curious how people then, how are they using the stories when they're lining them up with either places on a map or places or the lines with the poem? I mean, are they using?
He doesn't say to do that. He doesn't say
To
to
do
use
what?
the stories.
Why not?
Well, that's what he says. He says use the poem. Marry the clues in the poem to a map. He doesn't say marry the stories to a map. There may be hints in the books that might help you.
Right. Have you tried that? Have you taken the stories from the book, put out a map, and just pinned each location that those stories take place in the general area?
No, because that's not what he told me to do.
Okay. He don't play by the rules, are you? Obviously you are if you're going by what he says. So we're going to step away from that and go against the rules and not just use the poem. the poem will line up. If you have stories pinned out, play connect the dots, you'll see a storyline unfold. So I was talking with Davio the other day about the lines in the poem are 24, 24 hours in a day. And yet he talks about that extra hour. And if you use 24 hours as a lifeline, then that 25th hour or that 13th hour past midnight, where he's by the juniper fire.
Yeah.
That's that aspect. That's carrying it over. The stories, if you pin them on a map, it's kind of like his lifeline. And in that lifeline, you'll see a trail form. Something a person has blazed, yada, yada, yada. Also, that's one form of a blaze. But I think it is possible to see a vision of Forrest's lifeline pinned on a map that the poem it will read with a line of a couple pins in our perspective anyway. But yeah, I'm just curious out there with what people use when they're trying to figure out what does the poem mean. Is it logical, illogical, possible, impossible?
Yeah.
Physical places with the metaphysical, his memories. How do you marry it together? How do you simplify it all together? How do you make it easy for somebody else to follow your breadcrumbs, your poem lines, your lifeline, your stories on a map? So yeah, I'm just curious what people think about that and how they figure out why they're putting lines of a poem on a map. You know what I mean? Why are they? I guess the biggest question of this whole search is why.
So let's say
I found my why, so I don't need it.
Let's say we were in a baseball stadium.
Yep.
And I said to you, you need to start this search at the thing that's white and shaped like a house.
Yeah.
Where would you start?
Whatever is white. And then whatever kind of shape of a house, most common, I would go for that.
We're in a baseball stadium.
But obviously you're going for the baseball diamond.
Yeah,
But
so we're in a
there's
baseball.
either home plate.
Right, there we go. So that's white, white,
home plate,
and shaped like a house. That's right. So that is the transition of a metaphor, white and shaped like a house, to a physical object.
So when you're in a baseball stadium, do you know the story behind the baseball? Behind the baseball game, why they play and what they're doing?
No, nor do I care. All I care about is whether I can marry the metaphor of white and shaped like a house to a location of the map of the baseball stadium.
So that's like saying know a word by a noun, but not know the meaning of it.
No, so that's not what it's saying. I'm saying this is what he tells us to do. Marry the clues in the poem to a location on the map. It's that simple.
Right. And so if you marry the stories to a map, those
not
clues
the stories.
On the poem line up on the map.
You keep putting that word. I'm not saying stories.
Right.
I'm saying the clues in the poem are metaphors for locations on the map. There's no stories in that metaphor. It's simply a location.
Right. Begin it where warm waters halt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We've already had that on a map for you. It was already shared for you guys. Yeah. And for everybody, actually, everybody has it. It's out there. It's a good storyline. A good starting point. Be the shadow, I guess, is what we're looking at now at this point in time. You can never be Forrest. Everybody knows that. The next closest thing is to be his shadow, his stories. And just follow his shadow around and see what kind of lines up with the poem. And then the poem will line up on a map. It'll show you. That's my guess anyway.
That's as good.
I'm not looking for the treasure chest, so it's all out there for fishing.
That's as good a guess as any. I can assure you.
Exactly. You can always find where somebody fished, especially Forrest.
Yeah.
So, it's all good that way. Anyway, we're going to get on flying here and training, so.
All right, sir.
We got Pee-wee jumping yesterday, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. You have a good evening then. And be safe.
You too, guys. Yep.
Bye-bye.
Same to you guys. Peace out.
Where did the peace out come from?
I don't know.
I don't know. So let me finish this. However, my brother did not start this project. He was hired as a CEO when the president went to the hospital with PTSD and TBI. Anyway, thanks again. Long live Tuna and the Treasure Princess. Oh, that's cute. Tuna and the Treasure Princess. Another text message. Fenn states in his book that he is 13 in his mind and also titles his chapter on Yellowstone In Love with Yellowstone. Rio Grande Joe. Hey, Rio Grande, what's up?
Hey, buenas noches, Toby and Shelley.
Buenas noches. How are you?
Good. I'm just checking out your show tonight.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's a good idea. Always good to check out our show. What do you got for us tonight? What
Oh,
magical bit of information do you have for us
magical.
tonight? Yeah.
Oh, well, it depends on what you want to know, but I want to talk about
Well,
the
no,
leads,
I've got some questions for you.
lead
based on-
searchers.
yeah, hang on. I've got some questions
Okay.
for you based on that previous caller.
Okay, ask me.
Does your theory, you call it a solve, I'm sure, but your theory,
Yeah, theory.
marry
I
the
don't have the
lines,
chest.
marry
Huh?
the lines in the poem to places
Yes.
on a map?
Well, you can do that with 3 or 4 of the clues, but not the rest of them.
Bad, okay? This is a yes or no question, right? I
Yes,
started
you-
it with the
you can
word
do it.
do. Do your...
I can do it. I don't know about anybody else.
All right, okay. Well, so that's good. So that's good.
You know.
Yeah. So your clues, the 9 clues in the poem, you can
And-
marry to locations on
Yeah.
a map.
And you know where they're all at? I'll tell
Wait,
you.
you still didn't answer my question.
Yeah, you can marry them.
All right, thank you.
I have already.
All right, that's good. I'm glad.
I mean, I don't have the chest, but
Yeah.
I've got them all on the map.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that I'm thinking, well, I know he knows where the chest is, but I really don't. That's why I was talking about the lead searcher. that
Wait a
everybody's
minute.
Talking about.
Who do you think thinks you know where the chest is? You said everybody.
no.
Donald Trump. Who is
Well,
everybody?
all the rooster haters that
Oh,
I
okay.
listen
All
to.
right. Okay.
Everybody's a rooster
Yeah.
at one time or another.
Yeah, we are all roosters one time or the other, but then we
Right.
learn, don't we? We actually go boots on the ground, and we
Well,
find,
when you get this thing solved, you can just go straight to it.
yeah. Have you
Yeah.
feel like it's solved for you now?
Yeah, everything's like he said in the canyon. That's where he's driving down the canyon.
Yeah.
Within 10 miles, all the clues are right there.
Yeah,
You just got to marry that to the map.
yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I was saying what we need is not lead searchers. What we need is lead solvers.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Not lead searchers. We need lead solvers, huh?
Right.
People that have resolved this.
You got to resolve it before you get your patas on the ground and
So-
dirty or whatever.
So, how many people do you think are looking for this treasure?
Oh, hundreds of them. But like I've heard people say somebody's got to find it, and it may be me or you or somebody else, but you just got to marry all the. That's why I'm saying that my solve, it's got to be there. It can't be nowhere else because everything matches.
So, you know what I want to do? I want to put you and Davio on a telephone conversation because he says he says the same thing, right? He says it's
Yeah.
where he says it is. What I'm curious about is
Well-
which one of if your theories match, because the only way it could be in both places at the same time, both your theories at the same time, is if the
Yeah.
treasure is in the same location. So, what do you think the likelihood of that is?
And the location is, it's in the cold. He tells you where the chest is.
So, you're not searching in Colorado, right?
No.
Right. So
We're in
Davio
New
is
Mexico.
Davio is searching in Colorado, and
Yeah, there's nothing that matches the man there, though. It can't be there.
you don't think?
No, there's what's there to match the Mr. Finn? Nothing.
I don't know. I don't know him. I can't say that I know him well enough.
Because wherever he was going to throw himself on the chest when he died or committed suicide or whatever,
Yeah.
it would have to talk when they would have that on the news. They would figure it out right then and there that it matches the man that he was through his life.
So you know what? Christy and Mike are having a marathon at the end of March.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're looking for what they call Clash of the Titans.
Right.
I think what she should do is set up a Clash of the Titans between you and Davio.
Yeah. I'm not on. I've joined her K-Pro club, but I haven't never called in because you can't see their phone number.
Well, you don't have
And
to
I don't
call
know
in.
it.
You can still subscribe and watch the show.
Well, I do. I'm subscribed to her show.
Yeah. So, well,
Yeah, I know.
they
Because
don't, you don't have to call in. They're going to Zoom you in. Do you have a laptop with a camera on it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's all you need.
Okay.
Go ahead and get
But
yourself a couple of lights. Get yourself a couple of studio lights.
Oh, okay.
And you'll
Studio
show
lights.
up perfectly. Yeah.
And it's got to be down the canyon because he said part of it, most of the day, it's in the light.
Yeah.
Not the treasure, but the location of it.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you. It's down in the canyon someplace.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Within a radius of 10 miles, all the clues are right there.
Well, you know, if you say within, I agree with you as well, because I don't think that it's 10 miles, but it is within 10 miles.
Yeah.
What the heck happened there?
And and all of it fits to my solve, not to anybody else's, but
Yeah.
It went down to
and
240.
I've just solved this thing in the wintertime, so I can't go get it right now or try to. If it's not there, it's not there, but everything matches so good that, the water high, all that stuff,
Yeah.
that WWH, that's the starting point. And he said, take it in the canyon down. Well, he wasn't walking with his chest on him. He was driving.
So did you end up telling me where your warm water salted?
That's where that's where you begin it.
Yeah.
Where it halts.
That's not the question I asked, and you know that.
Well, if you knew that, the real WWH, you'd go right to it. That area, you could find it. The rest of the clues will fall right in.
Okay.
And like you said about the White House and the baseball stadium and all that, it's kind of like that. It's not a real liquid water.
I think my keyboard just died.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I was gonna give you the exact geographic coordinates for my warm waters halt.
Oh, okay. Do it.
I can't because my keyboard just died.
Oh, I got mine.
Let me see. No, I mean the geographic coordinates. I can't do it on your computer. I have to do it on Google Maps. But I guess my battery died here. Hang on just a sec. Yeah.
And everybody thinks that warm waters halt is only like a few 100 feet away from the rest of them, and they're not.
I need batteries, but it's okay. So yeah, we think that the distance
further
between where warm waters halt and look quickly down your quest to sea is under 1,000 feet.
Well, if that was that, he'd have walked it, but
he did.
He was driving.
He did walk. No, he wasn't driving.
Well, no, after he put in below the home of Brown, that's when he started walking.
So you think he drove? He
drove like 8 or 9 miles.
So let me tell you what that does. Right.
What does that do?
So it creates a circle with a diameter of 10 miles.
Right.
Right.
Well, it's not really a circle because you're going down a canyon. It's kind of a straightaway.
Well, so it doesn't make any difference. It's a circle because it has to be within that distance. So you multiply radius. 10 miles times pi radius, pi squared. So the radius is 3.14. That's pi. Times 10 is 31.4. And you square that. That's over 900 square miles. You've just increased the size of your search area from 1,000 feet pi r squared to.
But every time you find a clue, it brings it together closer.
Miles.
Yeah, that's why I say once you find the other clues, it brings you closer and closer and closer.
So you think treasure hunters get a big kick out of making a treasure hunt in an area well, actually, when he says the Rocky Mountains, but when he tells you warm waters halt, you think it's 10 miles from where warm waters halt before you get to the home of Brown. How far is it from the home of Brown to the look quickly down your quest to cease?
500 or 600 feet. That's the 500 footers.
So you think the 500 footers have been at the home of Brown, and not just arbitrarily?
They pass by it every day.
Yeah.
They just don't know what it is.
Oh.
And they can see the blaze also from there, if they really look and know what they're looking for. But people see the blaze all the time. They just don't know that they're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's there.
All right, brother. Well, I can only wish you the best of luck when you get out there after the weather is cleared up and you find the treasure.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I got it. I'm just saying instead of a lead searcher that people are looking for, they need to be looking for a lead solver.
So do you think you're the lead solver?
Oh, no. Well, to my solve, I am, but there's other people that's got good ideas too. I mean, they're not putting them out there, but I'm sure they got them.
So you think the mythical lead solver is not one that we're going to hear from until the treasure is found?
Yep.
Oh.
Because they don't want to give it away. And in my case, I don't care if they find it before I do.
Yeah.
Because he said there's no trail to it.
Right.
But from 500 feet to the treasure.
So do you feel like this lead solver, this mythical lead solver, is honing in on your location? Is it going to beat you there?
Well, if they're looking at the right place, they're going to see that everything.
Well, wait a minute. If they're not looking at the right place, then how could they be in the lead?
If you marry it to the right place on the map.
Right.
If there's somewhere else other than New Mexico, it may match one or two clues, but if you say, well, maybe this is that, maybe this is this, you can't have any maybes in there. It's got to be all for sure,
Well, you know what Fenn says?
Yeah.
There are thousands. Was it thousands? Give me that quote there.
Oh.
Magical treasure princess. What does he say?
There are many.
There are many places in the Rocky Mountains where warm waters halt, and nearly all of them are north of Santa Fe. Look at the big picture, Rio Grande.
But they're all the wrong ones until you find the right one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thanks for calling in. Good luck with your search, and let us know when you find that treasure.
Sure will.
You know what I should do? I should say, don't call back until you find that treasure.
Oh, no. That's fine.
No, you can call back anytime.
I got to throw in some feathers so people can start finding it.
Yeah, that'll be good.
If you're braving in the wood from the 500 foot mark, that's the obstacle that's in the way. Or that's why there's no man-made trail there. There's obstacles.
No place for the meek, they say.
Yeah, for Joe Meek. He was never down here.
Yeah.
That fits Joe Meek.
All right, big guy.
All right.
Thanks for calling in.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so Fenn states in his book that he is 13 in his mind, and also titles his chapter on Yellowstone, In Love with Yellowstone. He mentions so many great memories there, whether it is Yellowstone, Cody, or Hebgen, just outside of Yellowstone. Why is it you put such a big percentage on New Mexico? What evidence outside of a possible solve or being a convenient drive for Fenn is there that the treasure is there? None. There is no evidence of anything. There is no evidence of it being in New Mexico. There is no more evidence of it being in New Mexico than it is in Yellowstone. There is no evidence. There is speculation. So you can speculate that it's in Montana, Yellowstone, Cody, etc. And I can speculate that it's in New Mexico. But that's all it is. Speculation.
3D Brown said.
He's given us a lot to think about. Thank you, 3D. Have you heard my stories about giving a lot? Yeah, I guess he's heard my stories.
I think he knows that story without you telling it.
Without him telling it, giving us a lot to think about. So, there is no evidence. So that's what we're all going on. If there was evidence, we'd have the treasure by now. Ken in Oklahoma. Don't think I'm likely to trek to Yellowstone, so I'll put this out there. Brother Wolves born into Druid Peak Pack, Big Blaze, and Big Brown. Wow, Philosophy Night, do you think the place is secret because it's hard to find, or does it hold a secret? Answer that question, Magical Treasure Princess. Do you think the place is secret because it's hard to find?
I think it's secret because Forrest Fenn is the only one that knows it.
Voila. That's the answer right there. That's why it's a secret. It's specialized knowledge of
One person.
that one person knows that makes it a secret. I have a secret. Do I have any secrets?
Probably not.
Probably
You like
not.
to
I'm a
share
big
everything
mouth,
with
yeah.
everybody.
See
Let
if
me
I have
tell
a
you
secret.
everything about me.
Yeah.
What is my birth month? October.
She's in October. She's Libra.
I'm a
Have I ever
10-10.
told you my Libra stories?
Nobody needs to know those.
Why not? They're actually kind of
We're
interesting.
drinking club soda. We're saving our calories for tomorrow.
tomorrow.
For the party.
Yeah. We're saving calories for tomorrow because we've got some Rudies coming in. We got a German chocolate cake coming in. We got some
We
pretty
got
good stuff.
margaritas for Miss Sarah Rock.
Yeah, we got some margaritas with Three Amigos Reposado. You're gonna
Yeah.
love this tequila in your
Whiskey
margarita.
sour going on for me.
So. Okay. So, wow, we might be able to say goodnight early tonight so we can get the show on the road for tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. Get it on the road.
Yeah, Shadowcaster, look at Shelley's video on Secret. It's secret because it's his. Not because of where it is. It's a secret because it's a knowledge that only he has.
Yep.
Isn't that interesting? How we interpret things other than how they are meant.
INFJ says, no kids in June or Donnie's obituaries.
There you go. INFJ, thank you for that bit of research, sir. Ken in Oklahoma says he's a Libra, the 11th.
Day after me?
Day after her birthday. That's why we celebrate her birthday on the 10th. My Daily Agenda says, when did Forrest say it was not on or near a trail to get the treasure? I think his exact words were, Daily, that it is not near a human trail, is what he said.
Mm-hmm. Check it in terryscant.com, and I think it's a mysterious writings question that he answered.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Buzzy buzz buzz.
Happy Friday from Eddie and Amy. Happy Friday to you, too, Eddie and Amy. Thanks for that. That was very kind. All right, so you got anything else you want to talk about?
Why?
Because we don't have phone calls and we're out of text messages and voicemails.
Nobody's calling?
No, we can call it a
Does
night.
anybody want us to call them?
No, they don't text messages.
Sarah's excited about the margarita.
Yeah.
Did you tell them about you're not going to the GPA?
Oh, no, well, I told him to call me after the show so we can talk about it. I didn't think that was something that we wanted to share with the entire room.
Oh, well, you said to talk about stuff, so I talked. I didn't know it was a secret. You didn't
It's not
tell me
a
you had
secret.
secrets.
I just said I didn't feel like the whole room had to know our plans for tomorrow. Although the whole room probably does know our plans.
Yeah. You are right. It will always be a secret in Forrest's mind, but at least we can be within 200 feet of it and walk on past the other clues as described in his stories.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about we. It was somebody who knew him pretty well who did that, from what I understand.
So I guess it depends if you're on your definition of near. Yes, there. Well, it depends on your. It depends on your definition of near and what you call a human trail. Hey, Tony, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
We're staying out of trouble, and you?
Not me.
Have you
No,
won
I'm
any?
not-
Have you won any
no.
poker tournaments recently?
A couple weeks
no,
ago.
not since the last one. Yeah, but I did figure out how to spend that money. I went online and was buying a bunch more. I'm gonna get into it again. I'll make up a bunch and have them for the next one.
Where did you buy them at?
Where did I buy them at?
Yeah, where did you buy your findings, your gemstones and your findings?
all around.
Oh, so it wasn't just one place.
No,
Did you
I
try
did
Rio
go
Grande?
there.
Did you
Yeah,
try?
I did go on there and I
Yeah.
signed up.
Oh, good.
But then I was like, I went on eBay.
Yeah.
I had luck back in the past with
Yeah.
that. And I found a bunch of nice stuff. I mean, I got, yeah, there'll be a bunch.
Yeah.
I'll send K-Pro a couple of dozen for the tournament.
Yeah, that'll be good.
And then I'll get some more to you guys.
Well, we're only going to give them away, so you just may as well. You know what you
We
ought
got
to do?
mine on right now.
Hey, Shelley. Yeah, hi.
Hi. got
I
mine
need
on
to
right now.
send you a little shorter necklace for that, or the chain for that scepter. It goes way down below. You can't be seen.
Well,
Below
that's because
the,
I'm wearing the opal too. So
Yeah,
I put it on a long chain tonight, so it
yeah.
wouldn't compete with the opal.
You got a double whammy there going with
That's right.
the opal and the scepter.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's cool. I like it.
They look.
Yeah,
They
that's
always
a
look good on
strong
her.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But they can't see it because it's like a long chain. But
Well, we've got.
you wear it
It's,
I'll
how
hold it
you
up.
want.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Yeah.
it's. The issue is, of course, we've got that lower third down there. So, and then we've got an upper third as well, as they call it.
Yeah.
So,
It's more of an eighth.
so we've got a gem we've got a gem show, GPAA show tomorrow in town. Tomorrow on Sunday, I think, and they're going to go do gems. I was going to go down there, but probably Sunday if I do, because we're hosting a party tomorrow. When are you going to be down here the next time?
I got a sister in Tucson. I could probably go visit and then pop over that way on
Yeah.
the way back.
Yeah,
or
that's
or whatever.
That's a
start there.
great idea.
But oh yeah, on the Fenn talk.
Yeah.
I mean, something that's just been eating at my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's one of the latest things that Forrest has said. It's like, New Mexico is being overlooked. Is that a Fennism or what?
So I think he was surprised by the number of people who are looking in places other than New Mexico, and he hears a lot about it, right? So there's a lot of people writing him and saying they're looking in Montana and Wyoming and Colorado, and I don't necessarily believe that when he made that statement, he was implying that they're looking in the wrong place. I don't think he would do that.
It just struck me as crazy.
It just sounds.
Like,
I mean,
it's
when you
something
hear,
he would say,
yeah,
know.
I mean, think about it this way: when you hear all the theories that you hear, how many of those theories are in New Mexico? I think a small percentage of them are New Mexico, and I think everybody feels like New Mexico has been searched out. How much more can you do? But you hear a lot of theories from mostly Montana recently, to me. Most of them have been in Montana and Yellowstone, a lot in Wyoming, a couple in Colorado, but you don't hear as much about it. I mean, we're the only ones, I shouldn't say we're the only ones. Rio Grande Joe believes it's in New Mexico. But I think you hear the theories.
I want the rooster video too.
Well,
for me, not for anybody else.
No,
I'm the rooster.
You have to
Throw
say,
me in
no,
and
here's
I'm
how
the
you get the rooster. So you want the rooster, you have to say the following.
Yeah.
I know where the treasure is, and I'm going to get it as soon as the snow melts.
Okay, I can say this much.
Go ahead.
I know where the treasure is.
Yeah.
It's where he put it. I don't know where it's at, though, but yeah, I know where it's at. Where he put it.
Now we got the rooster goes to the person who comes in and says, "I know where the treasure is, and I'm going to go get it as soon as the spring melt hits." So we know you're not a rooster. We know you're a pretty rational guy.
And also, I would love to send out a few of the necklaces. These are brand new, fresh. They're going to be nice ones. They're like 8x10s and real nice stones.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be done in solid silver settings and sterling necklaces, and I'll probably send like a 18 and a 20, or I'll put them on an 18-inch chain, and then I'll put a 20 in there if they want them to go a little lower.
Yeah.
But anyways, I would love to send them to your moderators, and there's a couple other people that deserved them.
Yeah.
I mean, like to call. Yeah, I would love to send one to him.
Yeah.
I mean, if K-Pro or you would send him my email. Dan also.
All right.
Edmund. Yeah. And Nemo was another one. He stood out to me. I mean, I had a good time with him.
I don't have his email, but I'll bet Christy does.
I bet she does.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a few. And the moderators, they didn't get a Huli and Sassy. I haven't seen her on here tonight.
Yeah.
I would love to send one to them. I mean, if they'll send me their address, I'll send one to them.
All right. Well, if you guys are listening, moderators, send me, you have my address, send me your address and I'll forward it to Tony.
That would be great.
So what kind of stones did you get?
There's, I got like 10 of the nice amethysts. I mean, they're triple A's.
Yeah.
I got some green amethyst and pink amethyst. And then I got citrine and some, they're really beautiful, like blue topaz.
Yeah.
They were in lots. I went, they'll be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I got boxes and everything.
Emerald cut, oval? What shapes are they in?
They're ovals. They're 8 by 10 ovals. They're all the same. I bought all the same settings and like 50 chains of a twirl chain and another. And like I said, I'll set them up on an 18-inch and then I'll put in a 20-inch also underneath. So if they want them to set a little slope, down a little farther, they can change it.
Well, that's great, Tony. That's very thoughtful of you.
And then, like I said, I'm going to do a couple of dozen and send them to K-Pro. They'll be at the next World Series of Pen, and hopefully I will be too. But
well, you know what you ought to do? You ought to take some of them, maybe half of that couple of dozen, and send them to Jamie Jordan so she can give away at Fenndango.
Well, I'm hitting right now about 50 necklaces. So
yeah.
I'm sure I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, send a dozen.
Yeah. That way she could give them away at Fenndango. There's going to be a lot of people there.
Yeah. And also, K-Pro, hey, you're listening. Boomer Girl, Mary, we were talking and I got sidetracked that, she was wanting to trade, but I never did get a hold of her.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think she hangs out.
Too, or have her email me. I
don't have it. Maybe Christy does. You know what you ought to do? Send an email to both Christy and I asking for the emails of people to whom you want to send some of these necklaces, and then we can, whatever we have, we'll send. I don't have Boomer Girl's address.
I don't know your moderators and whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So send me a list of the people, the list of the people whose addresses you want, and I'll reply with them.
Well, I'm sure it'll be being talked around.
Yeah.
They can talk to each other. Like I said, there was a few of them like to call. He didn't get in on it. Boomer Girl, the card shark. Yes.
Yeah. She's a good card player. Apparently. Yeah. I didn't. She wasn't at my table.
I'm watching the chat. I'm just saying on here.
Yeah.
K-Pro said that up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got a bunch more coming, guys. You guys come to the World Series of Pen if you. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was. It was an excellent time. Another reason to go.
Yeah. And you want to go fishing this spring?
Yeah, I'm going to come up there for a fishing trip in the spring after the snow melts. When is the run? I don't actually know when the 7th.
I would say early April.
Yeah.
I'll give you a call, Toby.
All right, let me know. I can fly into Idaho Falls or
Yeah, and then we can haul up from here.
Good.
It ain't far. It's like 160 miles or so to the spot.
Yeah, I'd like that.
And like if you want to stay in Salmon, I'm sure they'll put you up there at the Stagecoach.
Yeah.
It's about the best place in Salmon. There are bed and breakfasts down through there.
You know, I'm going to make a note and just check my Expedia thing tonight.
But I would love to get you in there on a run and get you hooked up with the steelhead.
I'd like that. So I can say I caught one in my. If all I catch is one, that's
if you
that's all
caught
I need.
fish, you could use whatever fly rod you got, and I bet you could catch one.
Yeah. I would love to try it out. So just do me a favor and kind of make a list. Think that you can look at the chat room, think of the people that you want to share these with, and then send Christy and I an email with the names, because I don't have all the addresses. She doesn't have the all addresses, but between the two of us, we can get them to you.
Well, you know what? I'd love to give everybody one.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you do, but you got to be
I don't want to hammer you
realistic.
Guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I could put my email out there, and then I'd be the one with all the emails.
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
No, I don't. Anyways, but I think, your moderators and a couple of the three, like I said, to call, and Miss Headbloom, Miss Copper Dan, I love to send one to her. Yeah.
All right.
The ones that were,
We'll just follow up with that email, and we'll take care of it from there.
All right.
All right.
Hey, see you guys.
Thanks for calling in, Tony, and thanks for your generosity. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, I know. It's a pay it forward.
Yeah, that's how we feel about it. Apparently it works.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you won a poker tournament, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm a perfect example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, goodness comes to goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, see you guys.
All right, you have a good evening.
Yeah, love your show.
Thank you.
See you, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So somebody says, Eddie and Amy say, let's hear about... Go ahead.
I got a ka-ching from Sternworm.
Oh, thank you, Sternworm. I missed it.
It was facetious.
Oh, it was facetious. We haven't started doing the spring rooster roster this year.
I know.
Sarah Rock says, you read that. She gets a lot of compliments on that stone. His stone. Bertie Chacon's in the room saying...
Chacon.
So Eddie and Amy say, let's hear about the famous Shelley Carney's life. What was that about? What was that?
That was me laughing at how...
Tell them about your famous life. Tell them what you're working on right now. Tell them all the things you're working on right now.
Right now, Toby and I are starting a new business called Sales Leaders Institute, where we plan to teach sales professionals sales skills and life skills. So if you or someone you know is a VP of sales or a sales manager, and you have somebody on your team who could use some extra coaching to get them up to speed with the rest of your team, give us a call. And there's the number, 202-815-1171. That's what we're working on right now.
And tell them about your new responsibilities on AGK. What are you doing on AGK now?
Oh, on AGK. Yeah, I'm making videos, one a week, coming out on Tuesdays. Focus on the important words, starting with the words in the poem and going from there. And I'll be marrying the word from the poem or the important word to Forrest Fenn quotes and giving you my analysis of what those words mean in the context that Forrest is using them.
And tell them what you're thinking about doing next vacation.
I don't know what. Next vacation.
Our next vacation, end of summer vacation.
You mean the one you planned?
The one we're going together on.
The one where
the three of us are going.
We're supposed to go to Florida and look at finding one of the treasures from The Secret.
What
in
city is that?
St. Augustine, Florida.
And how many hours a week do you spend planning or making live streams?
Let's see. 10, probably about 10 to 15.
What are your goals for this year?
One of my goals for this year to grow a business that's self-sustaining and provides an income for me to make a livable wage.
So you have all of that going on in your life.
Sure.
So don't tell anybody you don't have a life.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't have a life. I just didn't think anybody'd be interested.
This is one of the busiest women you will ever meet. She's
And
constantly.
I get a new job for the weekend.
She's always and she's decided she needed to learn more about sales, so she got a weekend job representing Intel, no less.
Yeah.
That's Miss. Oh, I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
You have more to talk about me than me. I'm retired.
Yes, K-Pro, we can
Everything's-
talk, of course.
Can talk.
You've got our number.
Okay. Yeah, call in. Let's talk.
You
Let's
also have my email.
Well, Philosophy Night, you think, okay. Kim, also Libra 11th. Ken, Oklahoma, been thinking a lawyer could probably make a good case for misleading clues. For instance, just when he started saying the Rockies map in the second book. That would not hold up in court because there is something called duty to. And a duty to. It sounds funny, doesn't it?
It does.
He doesn't have any responsibility to tell us the truth. The court doesn't see it that way.
Wow, what's
There's
going on?
no responsibility to tell us the truth. I missed.
Was that text or was it?
Let me see.
update?
Happy Friday from Eddie and Oh, nice. Smiley face, American flag. There was somebody from. We answered that question. I thought I had one from Sherry in Pennsylvania, but I guess not. Oh, here it is. Hi, Toby and Shelley. Sherry from Pennsylvania. She's not a teacher. She reminds me each time because I claim she was a teacher. Love Shelley's vid on the word secret. So if Forrest said, when you find the treasure, you'll know the rest of the story, what do you think he means?
The rest of the story? That means he's keeping a secret. He didn't
Yeah.
tell us everything that's
Yeah,
in the treasure chest for
the rest
anything.
of the story is you found the treasure that he hid in his secret place. So that's part of the story. The next story will be the contents of that treasure and how excited you will be to own that. And then the third part of the story is what you're going to do with the rest of your life, because that's where the story is. That's the rest of the story. The rest of the story is not.
What are we, Paul Harvey?
Pardon me.
And
that's
the rest of the
the
story.
story. The rest of Forrest Fenn's story is in the Finder. It's the Finder story that's going to finish it all. Maybe he found something no one knows about, and that means you'll find the answer item in the treasure box. Can Shelley please say more about secrets? What are the things Forrest might keep secret that is the rest of the story? Happy birthday, Shelley's hubby. We don't think that whole rest of the story is about Forrest. I think the simple fact of the matter is you can easily conclude that the Finder, the story is the title to the story is transferred to the Finder. It's not just the gold. It's not the box. It's the story. All of that box, what happens to that box, how it proceeds from there, all of that is transferred in title to the Finder of that treasure. That's where the story goes. The story with Forrest Fenn will end at that point. I mean, no disrespect, but the Finder is the more important of the two stories at that point. Now, Forrest having hidden a treasure, Forrest having gotten sick, decided to hide a treasure, that's a story that will last for a certain amount of time. But us being us, we will focus on the story that the Finder makes. And the Finder has a lot of options when it comes to it in terms of making that story. That is that proverbial Pandora's box that the Finder will open and determine how they're going to proceed from that point forward. So, okay, I think that was the last of the unread texts. Let's, let me clean those out so I can. What is always ask me if I want to report junk? It's not junk. Why do I have to answer that question every time?
I don't know.
Oh.
Why are you asking me?
I
Am
don't
I
know.
the
No, you're
leader
not.
of Verizon here all
No.
of a sudden? Because I should have a lot more money if I
Yeah,
if
good
I
point.
am.
Okay, anything going on in the room that we can answer before we close up shop today?
Christy wanted to know something, but I've forgotten the question. She asked it so long ago. Oh, she said, "What are we missing?" And I think we are missing the answer to what is warm waters. That's what we're missing.
We're missing where to start.
Yes.
Does anyone know if it's been expressed there is the possibility of additional literature included with a chest, other than Forrest having mentioned that he put a miniature copy of his autobiography in the glass jar? No, Daly, there's been no indication that there's additional literature in there. Not by him anyway, and I don't think anyone else has necessarily expressed the idea, but he has said that his autobiography had been miniaturized and placed in the olive jar so that the person who found it, should it be sometime later than this period, would know who the crazy, he may refer to himself as crazy, I'm not saying that, that the crazy person that hid the treasure, they'd know who it was. Any thoughts on red herrings again in The Thrill of the Chase? Any thoughts of their red herrings in the poem? I do not believe there are red herrings in either The Thrill of the Chase or the poem. The poem itself is so compact in terms of the actual relationship between the clues in the poem and the ability to marry them to a map. I don't see how it has room for red herrings. The problem with the book is that there's enough material in the book, both good and bad, that almost any sentence could be interpreted one way or the other. You could believe any sentence is either a red herring or a hint. So I think it's best to conclude that no sentence in the book is either a red herring or a hint. Just let it go and stick with the poem. Ken in Oklahoma again says, one last one. Give me your percentage on Waters High being a lake or waterfall. I would say 10% probability, honestly, because I think that makes it way too easy. I think that's too simple a solution. If it's a metaphor, I'll use the example that I used before. If I told you to start at the place that is white and that is shaped like a house, that would be, and you're in a baseball stadium, that's too easy, right? But if you like Byron Price does, if you use the names of two Greek philosophers that predated Plato by 100 years BC, and you say one of the names, I don't remember their names, is north of the other, and what you have to do is look for something that's been engraved on the main library, the Boston Public Library System. That's the kind of metaphor we're looking for, I believe. Wow, there's a whole bunch of sternworms. So let's see. Heavy loads. Most people are not using logic to solve the second clue. That's true. You only have to be right 85% of the time. The Fenn said that. Daly said, would that be considered the additional story? I think the additional story is all the additional story is all about the finder. Holly says, has Forrest ever said there would be no hints of any type in graphic, collectively or separate? I don't think we have evidence that he said it, but I think Cynthia has indicated that he implied that to her. But I don't think you can say that.
All we know for sure that he said was that the hints were in the text.
Right.
And he said that twice.
He has consistently said that the hints are in the text. He has never said in a recorded interview, or either written or video or audio recorded, he's never said there's no clue, that there are no clues in the images. He has been recorded saying that the hints are in the text in the book. Keeby's Road, when you did go to a White House in a green veil, it's not there with managers together. Why, if you would, to do so, why would you have to know?
If you need to know our email, it's in the
description or in the thing swimming.
A Gypsy's Kiss at Gmail. That's very simple.
Give me your percentage on water's high. Yeah, I'd say percentage on water's high, it being a waterfall, is 10% probability. Okay.
Is the phone line still open? Or?
Gypsy's Kiss and To Me. What happened to a Gypsy's Kiss? Wait. Phone lines are still open. I haven't closed them yet, but I'm about to. I'm just trying to... let's see. Daly says, does anyone else respond to the possibility of additional literature included? Yeah, within the chest, we've answered that. Okay, I think that's it for the room. I'm missing K-Pro. Oh, they're just checking to see if Davia is going live. All right. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for letting us off early. We truly appreciate it because we've got a lot of things going on.
Sarah and Colorado, we'll see you tomorrow evening.
Right. Would you, Brad or Sarah, would you call me after the end of the show so we can let you know
just
what's
solidify
going
some
on.
plans for tomorrow? And the reason we're having a party, somebody asked, is because Sarah and Brad are coming to town, and so we thought, hey, let's have a party. And Kevin's birthday, so we can,
we combined them all.
We're just like, let's have a party.
Cynthia's coming over. Our friends Sean and Sue are coming over. My friend Janet is coming. Our friend Janet is coming over. So we thought we'd turn it into a little get together.
My kids were invited, but I don't know if they're coming.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Because we're having Rudy's and they're both
Tasty Pizza King
vegans.
got a free pizza tonight.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Way to go, Tasty.
Because he's tasty.
So I do want to advise everybody that there will not be a Saturday night Church of the Search because we are entertaining tomorrow night. Yep. So I can't do things. We'll have to wait. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Yeah. Let's dance.
And
thanks for being here with us tonight, all of our friends. Appreciate you. And thanks for your chat, your emails, your texts, and your super chat. And for, just hanging out with us, because that makes it more fun. For Gypsy's Kiss, Friday Fenndango, I'm the magical treasure princess and life coach to the rich and famous, Shelley Carney.
And I'm administrative assistant to the Magical Treasure Princess and all her furry friends over there. My name is Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you had as much fun as we did. We had a pretty good time, and we're sorry that it's got to be till next Wednesday until we see you again. Amanda Truax, do not feel shy. Please call. We treat everybody with respect and love. You guys have a great weekend. We plan to.